Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, aka Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast. Woo!
Yo, we back with another one. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. Your man Jimmy.
That's it.
Two dudes no show.
That's it. The dudes no call, no show. So they fired. they're gonna be getting their packages, you know.
Yo, why does dude why Jay put late shaking my head? 3 minutes, bro. Like, come on, bro. Our intro was like a minute.
You weren't even here. Get out of here, bro.
Bro, he didn't even warn us, bro. Nah, let me stop. That's me. What's good though, Jimmy? How you feeling, man?
Beautiful, man. God is good. Life is beautiful, man.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Can't complain at all, man. Had a wonderful weekend. You know what I mean? Got to go on a date with my wife. Went on a double date too. Yeah, it was nice.
You went on a Christian date?
It was nice. What's a Christian date though? What's a Christian date?
Chaperoning?
Recording.
You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Christian. Yo, yeah. Jimmy, it says Jay said, what Jimmy's shirt say? That shirt is fire. I told him that when we was backstage. I was like, yo.
What can he say? The limits of tyranny are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. Frederick Douglass. You heard me?
Where's that from?
Oh, this is Pew Army, man. I got this from Pew Army back when yeah, man. Shout out to Pew Army.
Shouts out to Pew Army. Yo, I seen a clip the other day. So Shorty had the gun tucked.
Always, bro.
And you couldn't even see it. Like, it was just tucked. You looking to see where the gun coming from. And she just pulled that joint out quick. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
She always posts videos of she's packing, bro. Usually she pack a 45. I just seen one today. It looked a little smaller. It was tucked.
Yes, sir.
But shout out to Miss Hero. Shout out to Pewologist. Everybody at Pew Army, man.
That's a fact.
They doing some dope stuff, man. Educating, people of color on gun ownership, 2A rights. But we get into that a little later, man. So how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was busy.
You was making a movie, I see.
Making a movie. Yeah, I went to my in-laws. We had like a barbecue on Friday.
Okay.
So
what was the occasion?
Nothing. It was just like, it was hot in New York, so it was just like, let's just do a barbecue. And they invited us, like, you guys want to come over? And we were like, sure, why not?
Let's
we
go.
don't want to get burgers and
right. And glizzies.
Burgers and glizzies. Let's go.
Let's go, huh? Okay.
So yeah, we went over there, and then Saturday we had a baseball game.
Oh, that was Friday night.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
Okay.
And then Saturday we had a baseball game.
How'd y'all
do? It was good. So it was interesting because usually we play the same age group. Yeah. This time they were playing kids that were older.
Oh, you're playing Dominicans.
Those kids are
birth certificates.
Yeah, those kids are more advanced because they do kid pitch. So they're already throwing the ball to each other. My kids are still in coach pitch. Not T-ball, coach pitch, but we pitch it to them. And then kid pitch is like half and half. It's like the coach throws it, but they also have kids starting to throw.
Yeah.
And these
kids, they still learning too, right? They're not really throwing like in the strike zone.
Yeah, they still learning. You know what I mean?
Kids sometimes they hit beamed with that ball.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's but I think the parents were kind of intimidated because they're like, everybody was asking, what age are these kids? Because these kids are like huge next to our
I'm telling you, it's the Dominicans with the fake birthday.
But they did that because a lot of the coach pitch, we only have 2 other coach pitch teams, and we're always playing them, So they're like, all right, let's kind of switch it up. But the kids did really good, man. I was like impressed. Like I was like, You guys did an amazing job. You know, they were just learning whatever we taught them throughout the season. They're starting to become more and more comfortable with it.
That's
you know
good.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're getting more confidence.
Yeah, and their batting is on point. You know, our batting has been on point since day one. The fielding is always a little tricky because there's so many plays in baseball, right? It's like, do I throw to first base? Do I tag second base? You know, what is it that I start to do? So they're starting to get a little more comfortable. So it's pretty dope. And then after that, we went out to eat. We went out to eat with my in-laws again. But this time we went to this place called
on Saturday.
On Saturday evening, we went to this place called Hudson Taco.
Hudson Tacos.
They have like these little tacos, and they got all types of stuff in there. They got Baja fish, all types of flavors, all types of.
Did you try the fish tacos?
Yeah, I had a Baja fish.
How was it? Yeah,
it was banging.
You put a little bit of lemon on it and everything.
They got the little lemon,
little lime with a little what's it called? With a Corona.
With a more than just a Corona, you heard?
A little Modelo.
But yeah, we definitely did that, and then we came home, and then so Sunday I was supposed to take my mom out, but she said she wasn't feeling well. So actually Sunday morning we had a bus a firehouse tour because the team the team that's sponsoring. The firehouse is sponsoring our team. You know, with the New Hackensack Fire Department. I called them up and I was like, "Hey, thank you guys for sponsoring. It'll be dope if the kids can like do a tour, you know." And they were like, "Yeah, sure," you know, and they're volunteers. So we went over there and we did the tour. They can only do it on Sunday because you know our schedules are all messed up. And they're volunteers as well. They're not like paid to be there. Yeah,
that's dope.
So we did that. We had a small group because like my team, the parents, they have other kids, right? And the kids are playing soccer. The kids are playing throughout the week. So
that's why I had to stop having kids, bro. Because there's just so many activities, bro. You can't split yourself in half to be everywhere, man. Yo, so did you get that firehouse sponsor or that?
Nah, I didn't get that. That was already the Little League already had that. You know, I just thanked them for sponsoring us, and then that was a good way for me to get get that deal in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the firehouse tour. But they're really cool. Like those dudes was really cool. They're gonna,
man. They looked excited.
Yeah, they had fun, and they're actually gonna come on the field a couple of our games and hang out too, and show them the truck and for the kids that missed, so you know they can still take pictures. So it's gonna be a good time. And then after that, we went home. You know, I was supposed to take my mom out. She said she wasn't feeling well after church. You know, I think she was just tired and she was just like, hey, you know, let's just save it for another time. And I'm like, Mom, I don't got no other days. Like,
there's no other time.
Next time is Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, man.
That's cool, man. That sounds like an exciting weekend. You was busy, man.
Yeah, weekends like now it's just like because we have the baseball and we have other activities like. I'm like, yo, I'm really like a dad, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a soccer dad, bro. Like
that's dope, though.
Because every weekend we doing something. Like this weekend, I gotta take my son to his friend's birthday party, you know?
Yeah.
And then,
you know what's crazy, man? Like when my kids were younger, there would be parents who would just like drop off their kids and be like, what time is pickup? Like, I just met you. Like, you really just gonna leave your kids right here with someone you just met? Like, you don't even know my name.
They want that break.
You don't even know my name. Like, how could you trust me with your kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know nothing about me. I just, bro, anytime my kids are ever invited anywhere, I'm sitting right there.
We got that PTSD growing up. That's why.
Listen, bro. I know it's a kids' party. I'm gonna sit right here. You know what I mean? Go ahead and bring me a slice of pizza. You know what I'm saying? And no water, because I'm gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah, we the same way. We don't. I'm not drop offs.
Nope.
We're gonna be right there with you, watching you.
Yeah.
Like my son's school, they want him to go swimming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not if we not there. Like,
right.
Because they're like, oh, they're gonna go swimming, they're gonna learn how to swim. And I'm like, yeah.
Me
and my wife are like, nah.
They got parent volunteers because I'll be signed up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm signing up. I'll be the first dad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go on all the field trips too. Well, I tried to at least most of them. One time I was trying to go to this real big field trip. It was like a camping trip, man. And they didn't let me do it. But then I found out like a couple years later that there was like some cronyism. You know what I'm saying? Like they let somebody else go because they knew the family and everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, all right, whatever. My kid made it back safe. But yeah, anyway, so that's cool, man.
Where do you guys eat?
Yo, we went to this local spot called Firefly. It was pretty cool. We ended up going with, yeah, we went to with yo, it's like in the cut, like you don't even know. It's just like a building with like ivy on it. You know what I'm saying? And
yo, what's Kyle talking about? Jimmy and Speedos. Oh man,
pause, yo, I don't know, man.
Yo, block this dude, bro.
He's reprobate, man. So yeah, it's like this spot, like you wouldn't even notice it, man. And so we went inside. It had like this little bar, and then it had this outside area, this eating area. It was beautiful outside. Yeah, man.
Good vibes.
Yeah, just chilling, man. You know, we went with some family. And you know, it was two couples, and it was dope, man. We were just mainly just chilling, you know what I mean, just talking about everything, you know, politics.
I know how those combos go.
You know, all that. You know,
what's going on in the world.
Yeah, man. It was dope though. It was a dope experience to get out, you know, because me and my wife don't like leaving the house, you know, so it's always cool when we get forced to go out, you know. We're like, oh man, we gotta go do this thing, and then we go, and then we come back, we're like, yo, that was fun, we should do that again. And then like the next day I was like, we're probably not gonna do it again.
But y'all go out like every month, right?
We try to. Yeah, we try to. Yeah, you gotta
spice it up.
Yeah, man. I've been married now. It's gonna be 23 years this year.
Wow.
And man, you just
married 23?
Married 23. Married.
Wow. Together, what, 30?
25.
Wow.
Yeah. So
so after 2 years, you knew I'm gonna marry this woman.
Yeah. I knew it right away. When I came home, I told my brother, I was like, yo, I found my wife. I didn't even know what that meant, bro, because I was a heathen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just knew that I knew something about her. Like, I gotta be with this girl.
Wow.
Yeah, man. But you know, when you married, man, you gotta study your wife. You gotta continue to discover, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not the same person you were, you know. I'm not the same person I was 23 years ago, 25 years ago, you know.
That's a fact.
So you just gotta continue study, you know, like we say in sales, discovery, right? You gotta ask questions,
find the pain.
You know what I mean? Like what's going on? You know what I mean? How could I be a better
the
husband?
Need behind the need.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, you know, how could I be a better husband? You know, pay attention to the stuff that she likes, you know.
Now that you do sales, do you feel like that works like in your relationships? Like sometimes like listening to conversations and
I do be using it. I do be asking. We took when we took an Uber to go when we went to Baltimore. We got in the Uber, right? And it was just weird because it was like, so I have my wife and my daughter in the back seat because we was in a Prius, and then I was in the front seat, right? And so, you know, the first person who took us to the airport here in LA, she was kind of like, oh, we don't normally let people sit in the front, right? And she was all masked up already. This is after they had lifted all the mandates, but you know, she was still wearing a mask. So I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I wasn't wearing a mask. I wasn't going to wear one. But I just started asking her questions, you know. You know, the person who asks the most questions controls the conversation, you know. So I just kept asking mad questions, and she was just talking and talking and talking and talking. Before we knew it, we was at the airport already. You know? Like, I really didn't say nothing, you know,
without a mask. Yo.
Yeah, so I do be using it.
I use it on my wife. She don't know when they came to food, because one time she was like, I was like, what do you want to eat? You know, that's the most difficult question ever,
for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? And then, you know, sometimes we like to assume what people want, right? Like that's the whole thing with sales. Like, it's real easy to be like, oh yeah, you want this, you want this. Mm-hmm. You start giving people pointers and you haven't even heard what they want yet. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got behind the need, and I was like, okay, and listening, and I figured out what she wanted to eat. She finally
and you closed it.
I closed the deal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, normally take you 45 minutes to an hour. You was done in like 10, 15 minutes. Like, I got it. All right, this is what we're gonna eat. That's funny. Yeah,
man. So the point is, use sales tactics on your family members.
You know what? It's really just good communication, right? Because
basically,
you just got to listen, right? You just got to understand what the other person is feeling and communicating, right?
Right.
Like you said, a lot of times we just want to give people like whatever it is that we have for sale, you know, whatever it is that we just want to like pressure them to fit into that box. Sometimes it's not like that, you know.
Yeah. And sometimes people say statements and then we automatically think we know what that statement means.
Right.
And it really don't mean that. It might mean something else. And then you have to get behind that. So it's like, oh yeah, this and that. And then you start making your own assumptions and like,
right.
And they're like, nah, that's not even what I'm talking about.
Right. You know? And that's funny because that's very important too as believers, right? Because when you're witnessing, when you're talking to people, excuse me, like someone could say that they believe in Jesus, but you don't really know what they believe, you know? It's like people say that they Christians, but that don't mean that they believe everything we believe. Like you got Jehovah's Witnesses, you got Catholics, you got Mormons, you got Hebrew Israelites, you know? Like they don't all believe the same thing. You know, and they say that they're Christian. Well, some Hebrew Israelites believe in Jesus, but even them, they don't all believe the same thing. You know, each camp is different. So you always gotta make sure that you qualify certain statements. Like what you mean by
qualify?
Yeah. What you mean by
that's a good one. What else? Even like when you listen to like a Kendrick Lamar album. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we potting now.
All right, we you hear about them chakras and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what'd you think of the album? Yo, so Twitter was crazy. CHH and Twitter, like everybody in Twitter who's from CHH, man, they was just going bananas. Like they was talking like this was like Thriller or something like that. Like this is, you know what I mean? Like it was like the epic album ever, you know what I mean? And I usually don't like to follow the hype train. You know, I'm a contrarian, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, let me give it a day or something and listen to it, man. But I wasn't really impressed like a lot of people in CHH was, you know. But disclaimer, I'm not a big K-Dot fan. I think he's overrated. But you know.
Wow.
What you think? What'd you think of the whole project?
So first off, I did not listen to the whole project. I listened to a couple tracks.
You were skipping, or you just didn't have time to listen to the whole thing?
So here's my thing. Kendrick Lamar is such a intricate. What do you call that? Intricate. How do you say that?
Intricate.
Individual, right? So when he rhymes, there's so much that he's giving you.
Yeah.
There's so much the process, right? Like as an artist, right? So listening to it, you're like, dag, he meant this, you know, like he's just such a deeper meaning behind the meaning, you know what I'm saying? Behind what he's saying. So I didn't finish it because of that. I was just like, I gotta really sit down with this album, and I just didn't have any time this week. And I'm K-Dot is not number one, and I'm not gonna be playing it around my kids because I tried to, and then I'm like, oh,
yo, man, every other word he was cussing, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna try to play that around the kids and nothing like that. So that's something you put your headphones on and you really focus in on. So so I heard some of it. Sonically to me was dope. But I saw some things on Twitter, like people were I don't know, like for me it's entertainment, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I take it. I don't take it as, this is a new world leader or you know what I'm saying? How some people take it. I just take it as, yo, that's Kendrick Lamar. He's just, doing what he normally does, you know what I'm saying? Used to his albums, very artistic and stuff like that, different, rhyming patterns and schemes and stuff like that. And I just leave it at that.
Right.
It kind of turned into like this whole, like you said, on Twitter debate where it was like, oh, there's a lot of Christian, is Christ in it? And then other people like, there's no Christ in it and all this other stuff. And
Like
I didn't
I
get
never,
Christ from it at all. Like I didn't even think that it was about Christ or
I didn't
anything
even
related to
expect
it.
that. I didn't
You know what
expect
I'm
that at
saying?
all. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
I
Even though
remember
there
when
was claims that he was a Hebrew, but
right. I remember when the
um,
Damn album came out, and there was like a cousin that was a Hebrew Israelite.
mm,
Supposedly that was the rumor floating around,
right.
and that he was into it, and that's why he would
Mm,
say, coke ain't white like Gentiles. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like he would say those,
yeah,
kind of those phrases that Hebrew Israelites would say, right?
right.
Um, but yeah, I think people got like too deep into this joint. Like it's just, to me, it's just like another project. Like okay, cool, Kendrick,
Yeah,
and keep it moving. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. Yeah, I thought the beats was alright. They was kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? It sounded like an R&B album to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
like some of those beats are like weird beats, and like you can't
yeah,
really vibe. Like
I just could. I
just
listened.
give me some Brooklyn drill, man. I'll be
That's
all
what I'm
right.
saying, bro. Like, there was some joints that was hard, right? There was a couple of joints that I liked. I don't think it was. I don't think it was a horrible album. I don't think it was a bad album. I think it was a good album. I just don't think that it was to the level that um everybody was making it seem. You know, I think
Well, there were some tracks like that stood out to me, like something about like fatherhood.
right.
I forgot the name of that track. I think it's Father Time or something like
Yeah,
that.
Father Time. Yeah,
That was amazing to me. There was another one, We Cry
we
Together, I
cried.
believe.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
joint
think
was
that's where
like,
I stopped. But
yeah.
it was because there was just so much ratchetness in it too. You know
There
what I
was
mean?
so
Where it was
much
just
in
like,
that song, bro. It's like watching Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, what was it? Like, I'm effing white chicks or something
yeah,
like that. I was just
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
like, but it was repetitive. Like, he'll
Right.
say some deep stuff, and then he'll just, I think Ruslan had mentioned this. He'll just say something from
Oh
left
yeah.
field, and you'd be like, yo, what was that? Like, that's
He
cringe. You
was,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he was all over the place for sure. You know, a lot of it, like I couldn't get into it because it was like it was kind of like that woke pseudo psychology. You know what I'm saying? Like what I mean by that is like he's like kind of like diagnosing the problem in the culture, but there's no solution. There's
Mm,
no remedy. You know what I'm saying? There's no like when the doctor diagnoses you, like let's say, you know, he says I got gallstones or something, right? Or whatever, right? Like
yeah,
they're gonna prescribe something, they're gonna recommend something to help with that, right? To not only alleviate the pain, but so that it doesn't happen again. Like all he
yeah,
was doing was really just like saying things that people already know. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
no real solution to what the problem is, you know.
yeah.
So I do like that he mentioned, the father issues and whatnot, but like,
Right.
all right, well then let's talk about it. What's the solution? Number one, it ain't calling women B words, regardless of what color they are. You know what I'm saying? Because he
Mm-hmm.
was calling everybody B words, you know. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if this is the mindset that we have as men, and this is the mindset that we're perpetuating, you know what I mean? Then
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like men aren't gonna want to be fathers or participate in their children's lives because they don't have respect for women. They don't have respect for themselves, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I just it just seemed like, you know, hey, this is the problem, but never really like addressing how to fix those issues. So that
yeah,
was kind of like my biggest problem
yeah.
with the album.
I think sometimes it's refreshing though, because compared to, I'm not talking about what you had just mentioned, but
Mhm.
just Kendrick,
Yeah.
because a lot of music is not, um, it doesn't have, the content doesn't have any substance, right? It's
Mhm.
just rap. It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm this boastful and whatever it is, and maybe his
Right.
his lyrics are obviously boastful as well, but
Yeah. Yeah.
he provides like some kind of consciousness, right? That's
Right.
missing in the rap game, right? That you get every once in a while. Like you don't
Right.
get conscious rappers that often. You get, hip hop, fun, hard beats, whatever,
Yeah.
lean, whatever else. And then you got one dude that just comes out and starts talking about all these different issues
Yeah.
that are going on in the culture, right? So I
Right.
think people kind of gravitate towards that because it's like, wow, like we have, when's the last time you heard a dude who's arguing with his girl in a
Right.
toxic relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you don't get songs like that from
Yeah.
many rappers. So,
Sure.
you get Kendricks, right? You get Cole, right? Or you get Kanye's, right?
Like
those.
what he had. I want to fold clothes with you. That was
yeah. So I think people kind of gravitate towards that because it's like, wow, like I don't, you can't just turn on any album and hear stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's the kind of stuff people enjoy. But I think people, I don't know, people like looking super deep into it, and it could be deeper than what and how people see it. Obviously, it's spiritual, right? But I think the whole Christian album, and this is bringing me closer to Christ.
That was kind of corny, bro. Like, all right, whatever.
But that's people's opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
right.
Like you could look at something outside and then just be like, "Yo, like,
that's true.
This brought me closer to the Lord." You know what I'm saying?
Seeing the sunset. You know what I mean? Could change your whole perspective. Like, wow, God created that.
Or even movies, right? Like sometimes we watch movies. I know me, like I watch a movie or a TV show.
You saw Narnia and you was like, yo, I see.
Nah, I know Narnia. Straight power, bro. Ozark. You know what I'm saying? But like you'll see situations and you think about life and you'll be like, I don't know. Sometimes you just like plug all the spiritual stuff that goes.
But I did hear that joint that we cried together, and I was like, bro, I am glad I met my wife, and I ain't been in no toxic relationship like that. I ain't got no baby mamas, you know what I mean? I ain't got to deal with none of that. Like, bro, I was grateful. I was so grateful when I heard that joint. Like, man, I ain't got to deal with that. I can't relate, man. And I'm okay with that. I'm grateful for God's grace, really. Because that could have been me. Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, and then you're right. It is. It's a matter of like personal taste and perspective, And I think that's a part that people miss too. Is like just because I say that I didn't think the album was dope. Like, who cares? But people try to turn it into, it's because you really don't know, you don't listen. It's deeper than what you're like, bro. All right, whatever. You miss me with that. It's not for me. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna listen to it 100 times so I could get it. Like, I ain't trying to get it, bro.
So Kyle says something. He said he got spiritual confusion. Is that something that you got from the album as well? Like, as far as like
anybody,
I mean, you can't assume his relationship, right? But just hearing the lyrics,
I think anybody who's not a Christian is confused spiritually.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
or that double-mindedness in the track, right?
The scripture is clear about it, So I think any album, I can listen to Sade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle says him praying to flowers, trees, and praising Muhammad shouldn't be overlooked.
Sure.
Yeah. But my thing is, I wasn't.
It sounds like Kyle listened to the album. I listened to secular music.
My thing is like I didn't expect nothing about Christ. And like I didn't see it as a Christian album or a Christian guy. No. I never thought about that. So I already expected like
it was like
New Ageism and chakras and
me too.
Universe. Like I expected the Nick Cannon prayer, I prayed to the universe in the name of Jesus Christ,
right?
To the stars and the moon, what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, even Pusha T's album, like just because his brother's Christian, I didn't expect anything about it to be Christian. You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't go into this album thinking it was gonna be a Christian album.
Or even the last Kanye projects, right? It was just like Kanye came out with the Jesus is King, he came out hard, and then it was just like, he kind of dropped off, and it was just like,
then it was
just secular music,
right? And back to old Kanye with a little sprinkle of Jesus on top,
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
When I mean, and that's another thing, man. When we hear about celebrities, I'm at a point where, I'm not hype. Or, hey, I rejoice if somebody comes to the Lord, right? That's a beautiful thing. But when you hear celebrities saying they're giving their life to Christ or they're whatever,
right?
I'm just not impressed anymore. I'm just all right,
let's wait and see, right?
Let's ride it out a couple years and let's see where you at,
Right.
And most of the times, I'll be honest, is the people that kind of forsake their lifestyle completely, who stick in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Who like kind of say, yo, I'm not whatever their music industry they was in or acting or whatever. Like, yo, I'm forsaking all that. And I'm just dedicating my life to Christ and preaching. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is usually the people that still try to hold on to those things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging them, but they kind of end up wheeling back to where they first started. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
That just seems to be the patterns with celebrities, in my opinion, Christian celebrities or people that are Christian that, do entertainment and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people recently in Hollywood who've been professing the faith. You saw Boot Gang.
Yeah.
Whoa, Vicky. Yo, I even saw what's her name? This is probably old news, but Chili from TLC.
Oh, Chili, yeah.
I see her reading her Bible. Well, not all the time, but every time it comes up in my timeline, it's like, she's reading a Bible, talking about scripture, or something like that. So I think, that's pretty dope, But
my man Lester said consistency and maturity is exercised over time.
That's true. Sure. That's true.
For sure.
And we got to remember too, like, I wasn't perfect when I first got saved. I don't know about y'all. I made a lot of mistakes. I was definitely very zealous.
We ain't had the internet to be
religious, right? Nobody calling me out, like, very religious, I think. So we seen these people in their infancy of their walk too, right? And a lot of them probably don't have someone to disciple them, or don't know that they need someone to disciple them,
right?
So I think that we got to remember too to show some grace, right? Not necessarily to let to give people passes, but definitely exercise some grace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
for sure.
Anyway,
so I guess that's our review on Kendrick, huh?
Yeah, but you mentioned Kanye and Jesus is King. Did you see that he won every Christian and gospel award at the Billboard Music Awards?
I seen a post like that.
Yo, that's crazy, son.
For this album or for Jesus is King album?
Well, it's from Relevant Magazine. Let's see. It's gonna be kind of late for Jesus is King, wouldn't it? It'd be mad late.
Because that came out like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
I'm reading through here as fast as I can. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see which album. Oh, Donda.
So
Donda. Yo, son.
Zoom into my face. Wow, bro.
Donda
got best Christian album.
Donda.
Best Christian album. Yo. So he won all the categories for Christian music. Yo, that's crazy.
That's wild. I did. Did you watch the awards?
Nah, I don't watch it.
I just saw something that Diddy was hosting it. I didn't even know Puff was hosting events or award shows like that.
Nah, Joyce is boring, bro. And half of the people that win don't deserve it at the end of the day, in my opinion. Like Drake got best artist for Certified Lover Boy.
Well, he is.
Huh?
He is the best artist.
What?
Drake.
Did he drop the best album though?
It did the most streams than any other album. It did the most streams.
Like what you mean? Said, man, I look at Billboard like, is you dumb?
You know who beat him though? You know who beat Drake?
Bad Bunny.
he just dropped an album too.
Canvas and Clay says, I'm sorry, but Kanye is way overrated, especially in the CHH community.
Yeah, I like old Kanye better.
The Graduation.
Yeah, all that.
Late registration.
College dropout, graduation, late registration, that era.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of these beats are like, they don't have that much soul or that much bounce.
Right.
Sometimes he got a couple joints that you be like, oh, this is hard. This beat is hard. But yeah, I can't believe he won for all Christian, whatever it was.
That is crazy, son. I'm gonna drop a secular album
and win.
And win. I'm gonna name it after my mom too. It's gonna be Anna.
I just didn't feel like Donda was a Christian album.
I don't either.
Yeah. Like I didn't feel like the content wasn't.
Yeah. Why is Kyle talking about the clips?
What he said.
But the dead bury the dead.
Concerning those secular awards. Oh, we got KCA's coming up October 1st.
That's crazy, man. I feel like we were just nominated for a KCA.
Kingdom Choice Awards. And we lost.
We lost.
We got robbed, yo.
We lost to the crew, man. So I mean, much respect.
And to be fair, like we're not a CHH podcast. So even to be considered,
right,
that was dope.
Right. Absolutely. Like, yeah, when people talk about CHH podcast, our name does not come up.
Yeah. We're like banned from CHH. Bro.
We are though, because everybody hates us because we keep it a buck, I don't know why.
Nah, everybody hates y'all because y'all be reckless, bro.
Because I know about cameo.com and all this other. I mean, don't hate me because I'm into marketing.
Yeah, man. But yeah, KCA Awards, Kingdom Choice Awards is gonna be October 1st, and the ambassador is gonna be the honoree.
That's dope, man. He's been in the game for like what, 25 years?
Probably. Maybe longer.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. I remember I bought a magazine. I probably shared this on the show already. I bought a magazine called 7 Ball, right? And it had a mixed CD in there. And on the CD it had like KJ52. It had
was it Christian?
Yeah. Urban. I got it at the Bible bookstore. I had just become a Christian. And it had the cross movement in there. And I was like, yo, this is bananas. You know what I'm saying? And so I was looking for the CD, and I couldn't find it. It wasn't even a CD. I think it was a tape back then. I don't even think they had a CD.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting what was it? Heaven's Mentality. I wanted House of Reps. They didn't have it, but they're like, "Oh, we got this one." I was like, "Okay, cool. Let me."
And Heaven's Mentality was before.
Yeah, it was before. Right? It was before. Yeah, it was before. So I was like, let me copy it. I copped it, and I got the tape. And that joint was fire, bro. I let my tape rock till
What's your favorite songs off that joint? You remember?
Yeah, I can't even remember, bro. I gotta look it up. I could tell you. I don't remember.
House of Reps was a classic. That was when they all had their suits and they had shorts under.
Yeah. It was like the judges, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, Father Forgive Them, Catch 22, Dust, Shock, Lowercase Gods. Yeah, bro. Those are my joints.
Hey, you going back there.
I'm reading the list and I know now, like just looking at the list, like I know which joints I was rocking to. I like Blood Spill.
So you had just gotten saved. You hear this. This is your first introduction to Christian hip hop. But you had heard Christian hip hop before you got saved, right?
No, I had just gotten saved. So I had
Wasn't just gotten like smoking a blunt and then you saw
yeah. So I had seen Cross Movement on Rap City, and so that's why I went to the Bible bookstore.
Oh,
because I wanted to find, and then I found the sampler, right? Because they didn't have their music, and I found the sampler. I had to order because remember you used to have to order tapes and CDs because stores wouldn't take like your CDs unless you was like a big artist, right?
Yeah.
So you had to do like a pre-order or something like that, whatever it's called.
Pre-orders, right?
Yeah, pre-orders or something like that. And so then I ended up seeing the magazine, and it had the Cross Movement listed on there. I was like, all right, cool, let me get that. So I could have something to listen to because I didn't have nothing to listen to. And then that's when I got introduced to Urban Disciple, KJ52. Who else was on there? I can't remember who else.
Corey Red?
Nah, I found out about Corey Red on mp3.com.
Yeah.
That's how I found out. This was like a few years after. I was on mp3.com and I heard 6 Million Ways to Die.
One Way to Burn.
Yo, that joint was like, yo. That joint was, yo.
Nobody was rapping like that back then, man.
And then
this guy like crazy.
And then I found out about The Truth that way too on mp3.com right before he was I think he was signed to
Wasn't he a group? He had the other dude, T-Wise, no? Wasn't him
I don't know.
T-Wise?
I didn't know him. Yeah, I didn't know him. I just knew there was a couple of songs on mp3.com that I downloaded and I would rock to it. You know what I'm saying? Like those were my joints. And then he dropped his joint. But anyway.
I heard Truth on Human Emergency. That was my first time.
Okay.
On that Jesus, y'all know the name, but y'all ain't feeling. I was like, who is this dude?
Right. He came with a different kind of energy, right?
He just came different, like his, you know what I'm saying? Because Crossmoon was like preachy rap, but he brought that swag that was just like, whoa,
right?
This dude is. You know what I'm saying?
His music still go hard, man. I can still rock to that.
I got Truth as top 5 CHH all time.
Oh, you want to do top 5 CHH?
I think we did it before.
I don't remember you saying The Truth was top 5.
Yeah, I got him definitely.
Yeah,
I got him. I got Ambassador. I got Corey Red.
Mm-hmm.
Then
definitely.
Yeah, I got a couple dudes. My last two is always funny though.
Yeah. Mine change every day. Every day. It does just like
because it's hard, man. Like you gotta include like consistency, right? You know, and memorable moments, like you know what I'm saying? Because that was a time that it was like you said, like it was like you went to the Christian bookstore to get an album. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you went to an event to see this person to get their album, right? Like it wasn't.
I saw Propaganda in like early 2000s perform.
That's when he was a tunnel rat.
And this dude, yo, he rocked the crowd. Never heard of him before. Never ever heard of him before. Bought a CD. He performed with a live band. It was the illest thing I had ever seen.
Wow.
And he rocked the crowd. But it was an era. It was different times. You know what I mean? Like
it was a different experience. It was like a whole experience. It wasn't like, yo, I just go on my phone and this dude dropped his album. Let me check it out, and then I'm done.
Download it. Nah, you used to have to dig and find stuff, man. It was like, and when you found it, it was like, yo, it was like you found like a nugget of gold. You know.
Then you had those forums, those Christian forums.
Which forums you was on? I was on Holy Culture.
Holy Culture.
Yeah.
Yo, we probably was beefing on because cats used to be beefing on there. Like, yo, I gotta do
the reform dudes, right? I know. He bars was in there. He bars was in there.
Dudes was beefing, and then other dudes would be like, "This has been CHA." So when people see Twitter and all that, it's like we've been there, done that, nothing new. There was another one that they was like Holy Hip Hop. It was like a forum, but then dudes started battling each other. That's when Christian rap battled, but they were battling each other. That's when it was.
Like, the Reformed Faith is battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Dude went on the door, you know what I'm saying? Put his thesis up there. It was like, yo, what's up now, Catholic Church? What you think it's going to be?
Yeah, man. Good times, man. Remember coffee houses?
Mm-hmm.
You just go to like these small events. Like the Bronx, that's all we did was like coffee houses. It'd be like, yo, we going to this church because every month they got an event and they bring in a new rapper. Sean Slaughter.
All right. Tell me about that, man. Because I didn't experience that, right? So what year you talking about? Forget the podcast. We're doing CHH history now.
2005, 2000. No.
Okay.
Yeah, 2005, 2006, around there.
All right. Yeah. Who was out at that time? I can't remember.
So you had Corey Red. You had Sean Slaughter.
I remember Sean Slaughter.
You had Jafia Life.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
You had the Tunnel Rats.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I wasn't big on the Tunnel Rats. Like I didn't really know them like that. But I know everybody else you was talking about. Like I can't really name a Tunnel Rat song, to be honest with you.
Right. Lester says Salem Coffee House. So Salem Coffee House would be the dudes that were doing Rap Fest. Brother E, and Bert, and DJ Newman. Shouts out to DJ Newman.
DJ Newman. Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, I seen him. Okay.
They had the Rap Fest, which was every year in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's when everybody come out. Jay Silas, everybody from Philly, everybody was just there. That was like, that was like the equivalent to what what's the name? Flavor Fest was, because Flavor Fest was going on during that time too.
Right, I remember that.
So you had to go to Florida, and that was a big event. And then I never got to go to Flavor Fest, unfortunately.
Yo, when I saw that DVD, I almost lost my mind, bro. I was like, yo, Christians be getting down like this. Like, this is crazy.
And then Flavor Fest, we would do like the worship with over the secular beats. You remember that?
Nah. Wait, did they do? They're the ones who were doing the beat battles too.
I think so, but I know they used to do like the secular beats with like worship. So they'll be like, they were Kanye before Kanye.
Before KB, huh?
Yeah. And then it was just like, we'll go to these coffee houses and you meet all these artists that you would get their album, or you hear them, like you say, you download the MP3. And then it was just like, it was more than a concert, because these dudes will not just come out and rap, but then they'll bless you with a word. You know what I'm saying? Like between each song, it'll be like,
yo,
you know, the Lord,
was different back then, bro.
Yeah, you know, it'd be like, the Lord inspired this song, this came from this, and they would give you the whole story, and you was just like there worshiping God, and you was just like, yo, it was an experience.
So this is 2005. You was rhyming already?
Yeah, I've been rhyming since like 15 years old. I was 15.
But
16.
You was rhyming for the Lord at 15?
Yeah, I was rhyming for God.
Okay.
Because I had gotten saved, and then I did like we had like one of those talent nights, you know, those youth talent nights, and they're like, present your talent, and then I was just like, let me write a rap for God, and that's how that inspired everything.
You remember it?
No, I don't.
All right.
Vaguely.
Okay.
Vaguely.
All right.
But yeah, that's what started it, and then.
So did you record music, or you was just performing at these events? Like, you were selling CDs and everything?
So originally I was just like a fan, you know what I'm saying? And I'll do like the little local church stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
you was doing like what, mixtape joints?
No. I was just doing like you know, whatever, a song or whatever I had, or acapella. But then it started to become serious, where it was like, all right, let's get it on CD. And then that's when I would go to these coffee houses, and then I meet other dudes, right? And then I was with Warfare Camp. So that was my man Manny, Jamel, a few of us. We started Warfare Camp, and then we was close with like Salem Coffee House. So then that inspired me to, like, you know, do more music, right? Like do it, you know what I'm saying? And then at that time it was like, you know, you wanted to be like the next Cross Movement kind of thing, right? Because you wanted to kind of create that buzz and have that same flow, you know, like that was like the goal back then, like, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid now. Now that you think about it, it's just like, what?
No, I don't think so, man. Because I think in every era, like, everybody wants to be the next whatever it was. Like, even though as much as people want to be like identified as, I'm different, I got my own sound, like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody wanted to be the next Wu, the next Mobb Deep, the next whatever, right?
Yeah.
These are just people that you looked up to, you know what I mean? Like, growing up, the R&B singers wanted to be like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, it was just like dope because you saw them, and they was just like so in love with God, and their message was so on point, and you know, so. But then, you know, you start to take it a little more serious as you grow up. You're just like, you know, you're like, all right, let's put this on CDs. Let's get merch. You know, you start thinking of all those other things, right? The other aspects of music, right?
Yeah.
But you know, them days was like every week, every Friday, there was like an event. Crazy. There's an event in Jersey. There's an event here. And then they'll invite you. So you'll go to one event, and then they'll be like, oh, we want you to come out to our next event I'm throwing, which is going to be next week. You know what I'm saying? And they bless you with that honorarium. You know what I'm saying?
Word like that?
Yeah. Yo, churches will spend and bless brothers, man. You know, and it for some brothers, you know, it wasn't like, it wasn't about money or nothing like that. But you would
go, house, bro.
And it was like a side income. Dudes would be coming home with like $300 a weekend just for performing and ministering. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You know, and I'm not saying money is the important thing, right? Because it was all about souls, but you would just go, and then they'll bless you. You know what I'm saying? Churches just had it like that. They would just, you know, it wasn't this concert thing where you selling tickets or none of that. It was just like,
oh, so it was the churches who were paying the artists so that people would come in for free.
That's it.
Okay.
There was no ticket sales. It wasn't like, it was just like, we're gonna pay you to minister. You know what I'm saying? You're the minister. We're gonna pay you.
I ain't never been to no free CHH concert, bro.
Nah,
LA different,
bro.
bro. LA different, bro. I paid for that propaganda joint. I paid to see Lecrae. This is Lecrae early on, bro. This is Lecrae when it was just him, Trip Lee, and a MacBook. No DJ before DJ Official. You know what I mean? R.I.P.
Wow.
Like it was just him and his little I don't even know if they still have them, but you remember they used to have these little like Apple remotes, and so he would just hit skip to the next song on his iPad, on his MacBook, and then he would go and rewind it. Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's dope to see like where he's at now. You know what I mean? Because mad different, and he was up there on the pulpit preaching. You know, it wasn't just performing songs.
Yeah, Jay says I went to the one with Richie Righteous. Yeah, there was a ER emergency room, which he continues to do, I believe, every so often. That was like fire, you know, and that's when it started to get more, you know, like a more business flow kind of thing. You know, people paying for tickets. You had Christ Tabernacle. Good point, Kyle. Christ Tabernacle every Friday they had a new guest, you know what I'm saying? Or once every, I don't know if it was every Friday, but they'll have an artist perform, you know what I'm saying?
So churches aren't really doing this anymore. Why do you think that is? Because the power is in the rappers now, where they could set up their own shows and stuff like that, or what do you think? Or you think that the rappers aren't connected anymore with the churches?
I think they're doing it. I think the person that is doing it the most would be Brian Trejo. Like he's doing it how we would do it back in the day.
Yo, he is though.
Where it'll be like every week you'll be booked up in a church and you're just ministering to people, and then you know you're getting blessed from there and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the way it was. You know what I'm saying? It was just like churches loved what you presented. They loved who you were, your ministry, and they wanted to sow into your ministry. And they felt like, yo, you know, a lot of the rappers were, you know, it was a lot of outreach. You know what I'm saying? It was all about outreach. So it was just like, we're going to hit the park. We're going to hit the jails. We're going to hit, like, that was the mindset. And that was the whole thing with CHH at that time. You know? Yeah. And I wouldn't even say it was CHH. It was Holy Hip Hop, right? It was HHH.
It was Holy Hip Hop. It wasn't CHH back then. Yo, I bugged out because like I remember it was CHH, it was HHH Holy Hip Hop, and then out of nowhere, like people just started calling it CHH, and I was like, wait, I'm confused. Why are people calling it CHH? I thought it was Holy Hip Hop. Like,
Now Jay said it. Hog Mob. You know, like that's the kind of stuff that, you know, that dudes continue to do. That's what was being done back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Lecrae was a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a part of that. He came out of that thing. You know, when now it comes. It's just like, yo, let's rent an auditorium.
Right.
See how much we can make off.
Well, his audience is way bigger.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I remember Lecrae like in those early days, man. You know, so I get it. So
good times, man.
What so this was, you talking like an era, was it like 2005 to what, 2010, 2015?
I mean, it continued for a long time.
When did you drop that what's that joint that Loso was talking about? Golden Calf.
When
did you drop that?
I don't remember, man, because at some point I just dropped off too. I was just like done, and I kind of was like, nah, I'm good. So what happened was we had something called, we had the Reach, actually. That's funny. They got Reach Records. We had something called the Reach, which was a mixtape, and it was jazz from ADF. You know, a couple brothers in New York. So we all came together and we'd be like, yo, let's put a song or let's put a mixtape, and we're gonna bless those, you know, in the block with these mixtapes. So we were printing them up, giving them out, doing outreaches, evangelism. And then we did like we did like a little tour where it was just like, yo, we're gonna hit up all these churches and we're the reach, you know what I'm saying? And so we had 1 and 2, and that them joints were good, man. It was fruitful time, man. People were coming to God, you know what I'm saying? And it was definitely, you know, you really saw the hand of God and a lot of the ministry, Christian rap ministry, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, we need something like that again, man. Yo, He-Bars, you saying Golden Calf was in 2006 or 2006 in regards to some? Okay.
Yeah, you had Golden Calf.
Yeah.
And then don't forget Voss too. Lavoisier. He had A Omega Global Military.
So tell me about how you got signed to A Omega, man. Tell me about that. Like, how did that happen?
Voss stole us, yo. He stole
you. He stole you.
Nah, because we was warfare camp. Me and my ramen partner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, we so we basically met Voss at this event, but Voss's wisdom was like some, you know how Voss talk. You know what I'm saying?
So he's always been like that.
Yeah, he was since young, you know what I'm saying? And we were the younger dudes. Right. But we had like the swaggy rap, like we came up and we were like for the streets, so it was just like
y'all was
Cats
a Dipset.
Yeah, like Cats heard us and they were like, yo, these dudes is dope, you know what I'm saying? And then we were like on fire for God, and he had heard us at like an outreach, and it was like in a park in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And he heard us spit. He's like, yo, y'all dudes. And then we heard him, you know what I'm saying? Because yo, dude was just saying some real life stuff on the stage that you don't hear that many people talk about, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, like he'll just tell you like his sin on the stage, like, yeah, I just did something like that, and but God, and you know,
he's still like that to this day.
Yeah. And then so my man Daniel Johnson, he put me on to Lavoisier's music. He was telling me about Lavoisier, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And then I was like, oh, that's homie. And then us and Voss started clicking, and we just felt like, yo, this would be a good direction, you know, because he was a good mentor and a leader for us, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just, and we kind of wanted the whole group.
He's naturally a teacher.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted the whole group to be down, but not everybody was down to be under his leadership and stuff like that. They were like, nah, I don't, you know. So they were kind of hesitant. So then it was like, yo, we just splitting up from there, you know what I mean? Which I would say, like, you know, we could have done it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have handled the situation better. Cause you know, it kind of seemed like, yo, I'm with my homies, and then I went to go join this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my man went to go join this dude when we had something going on. But it was just like our leadership, you know, the whole fact of him being our mentor and leadership, that was just like
there's value. There's value there, you know,
and the discipleship aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like learning the word and some and
absolutely
like that.
I get that. What year was that? When y'all signed?
I don't know, bro. Like, yo, my memory's shot when it comes to all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Voss be telling me about conversations that I don't even remember. He be like, yo, you remember you told me this, or you remember when we had this? And I'm like,
yeah. Like that. I don't remember that.
And that's because of sin, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had walked away at one point, you know what I mean? And then it was just like everything else clouded those memories or those days, you know what I mean?
Right.
But Les would come out. We would come after school and we would minister to cats in the park. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like ministry, bro. It was like evangelism heavy. Like everything was evangelism.
That was dope. Yeah, he says first time I heard Voss was on Charlotte Slaughter album. Yo, first time I heard Voss was on that Triumph remix
with Bizzle.
Nah, it was your man
7
Wordsmith or something like that, or
Wordsmith.
That's his name, right?
Wordsmith. Yeah, from Staten Island.
Yeah. So that's the first time I heard him, but it didn't click. Right. So I knew all the other music after that, right? The whole Pound Cake joint and everything is all the mixtape joints, right? And I heard him with Bizzle and everything else, and I met Voss, and then one day, I don't know why, I go listen to that Triumph joint and I hear his voice. I was like, yo, that's Voss. This whole time I didn't even know. Right? Like this whole time I didn't even know that was him. I was like, wow, like I've been listening to this dude forever.
Yeah, Voss, man, Voss is, you know, he's the plug, bro. So he definitely blessed us, and you know what I mean? He gave us out. He's the reason why him and Richie Righteous were the reason I was on that American Bible Society CD,
I didn't know that.
The Concrete Angel joint. Yeah, so we did like a New York Concrete Angels CD.
Wait, what?
That American Christian Bible Society put out, and they had my song "Still I Rise," which is my testimony about being abused and all that.
You said it's called what? Concrete what?
Concrete Angels.
Come on, son. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna look that joint up. Well, maybe don't let me find it on Amazon. I'm copying that joint.
Yo, man, wow. Yo, CHH has come a long way, yo.
That's wild, bro. That's
so
crazy.
yeah, so that was the thing. Like when Loso talks about all this stuff, is because back in the days we were grinding, bro. Like we was, even though we wasn't like cross movement, but in our city, it was just like everybody knew each other. Jazz, oh, that's Jazz, that's Corey Red, that's this person, you know what I'm saying? And we was all at the same events, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Richie Righteous was like, he was like the biggest dude at that time because he was like going to like Jamaica and
he's international.
He was all over with it.
I thought he was Puerto Rock, and then Voss told me like, nah, I think what is he, Trini or something?
I believe so, or maybe Guyanese. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but I thought he was Puerto Rican. You know?
Yeah. You see him? He's like light skinned, right? He look like. So Richie Righteous got a ton of wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and those brothers were good because they were like pillars where they were like, you coming into music, but they kind of had experience with God and being serious about the things of God. And they kind of like help, mentor you, like, listen, brother, you should do this. Sometimes dudes had to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes knew what was going on in your life, and they'll be like, yo, bro, you got to sit down. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not your season right now. Like,
you see dudes sit down, and then a month later, they're dropping a compilation album.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that back then. Dudes would press each other like, yo, bro. Because we had elders. We had people
everybody was on their paw, right?
Yeah, we had elders. We had brothers that were around that, we really cared about our walk. Like, our walk was the most important thing.
Facts.
The music was just a way to minister to people.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Even Timothy Brindle, he came out one time, and that was that dude, Timothy Brindle.
Yo, a lot of people put him in the top 5 when it comes to lyricists, bro.
Bro, that dude could rap, bro. And when he rap, you feel it. You was like, ooh. There's a certain presence when certain rappers rap where you just like, dang, like I really feel God right now. Like, like when you do those worship music and you feel like you're in the presence, as they would say, right? Yeah. There's something about some hip hop artists when they perform,
he's on that Paul Washer.
Yeah.
It's like when Paul Washer's preaching.
Yeah, it was good. Good times, good days, you know what I'm saying? And was everybody the best lyricist? You know what I'm saying? Were we up to par with all the secular rappers? I don't know, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely heavy ministry influence, and and that's not to say that CHH doesn't do it now. Like, there's still CHH that's doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You mentioned Hog Mob, Brian Trejo. There's a lot of cats who are still doing,
basically just ministry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is their focus. So, Shaolin, yep. But man,
it's called Concrete Angels. Wisdom Cries Out in the Streets.
Yeah, that's a joint with like a concrete angel in the front.
Top this joint, son. Yo, why didn't they stream it? Yep, American Bible Society, son.
American Bible Society.
Top this joint. Yo, this joint got reviews too. The album is the epitome of what hip hop should be today.
That's funny.
Without profanity. I highly recommend it to anyone new to Christian hip hop. Or holy hip hop if you prefer. 4 stars overall because of very good lyrical content. Yo, people loving this album, son. I'm gonna cop this joint right now. Yo, Jay, send that Amazon link, bro.
Yo, it was a cool album. There's some classic songs on there.
It is, John. I
Well,
wonder
yeah,
why. I wonder why Lester ain't bootlegging these joints. I know he got all the music.
bootleg. Yo, Lester, my man Gabe got all the music, man.
He got a bootleg all the old Switch joints. Let's bootleg them. Let's put them on Spotify. Let's go. Yo, that's ill, man. That's some dope history. So I mean, we we're not a CHH podcast, but we a CHH podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, we're CHH fans, and we love
right.
hip hop, and
Right.
we love what people do, and people still doing their thing today, man. I don't judge the newer crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I just think everybody's more vocal and more like confrontational over. It's more beef, like I said, than rather. And it was beef back then. Don't get it wrong. You know what I mean? But it was more
reformed against the Armenians.
Nah, it was more beef, like where you at in your walk kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of beef. Like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I heard this. Like, dudes weren't scared to pull your card if they heard about something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wouldn't be this secret thing like, yo, you sleeping with a whole nother chick. Like, nah, like dudes is gonna press you and be like, yo, I heard this. What's going on?
Right. But they was
You know
pulling up on you. There wasn't no Facebook or Twitter to do that. They was like
yeah.
Because
we all had relationships with each other, right? Like
right.
we all were close to one another.
Like
So.
that's your man's. Like, yo, what's going on with him?
Yeah.
I heard he's flying chicks out to photo shoots and stuff like that.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? That would get nipped like right there that same month or week whenever people heard it. It wasn't like, oh, let me back off because I don't know,
Yeah.
Dudes would give you a call like, yo, what's up? I heard this.
Yeah.
So
that's dope accountability.
Yeah. And people. There's some crazy stories back then too, man. You know what I'm saying? Dudes taking other dudes' wives. And
Whoa.
Yeah.
On some biblical stuff, huh?
Dudes threatening each other to like.
Wow.
It was. There was things that were happening in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But it was talked about and it was approached like it wasn't like a secretive thing. It was just like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? I found out about my pastor when the truth fell. Because we
found out about your pastor?
No, I found out through my pastor.
Oh, the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He we were at a men's Bible study. And we were just chilling. He's like, yo, like we gotta pray. And he just told us, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a hard blow. And then I think something was brewing with Ambassador a couple weeks after that or whatever.
Before.
Was it before? That there was something?
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, that word got around quick.
Yeah, so that's why we were like, whoa, this is crazy. And then that just like
that kind of shifted the culture.
That put a fire under everybody, like, yo, we got to be about this sexual purity for real. We got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like,
but that also kind of shifted the culture a little bit, like, from
I think
that kind of, because it was just like, oh, you rap about Jesus and you live in holiness, you know what I'm saying? And when that happened, it was just like that kind of shifted. And then Lecrae was already on his rise.
Yeah.
And then that was when Lecrae just took
baton. Yeah, he took the baton and took off. Yeah,
and Lecrae was still doing like heavy CHH at that time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He still was doing heavy CHH.
And those two were like the goats of the era.
Yeah.
It was Ambassador and the Truth were the goats of the era. So when they fell, they took a step down, right? Because that's what you did back then.
Mm-hmm.
The lane was open for him. Who else was really like out there like that?
That was all him. And then like New York hip hop was just like starting to disappear, where our guys or our legends were like,
because even Latmo wasn't very consistent with music.
Yeah,
like they had some hitters, but they weren't really consistent.
So then Lecrae, Trip Lee started becoming, and then
they started dropping.
When we heard that they signed Andy, everybody was hyped because people knew Andy from the Heights.
Right.
And Syracuse and stuff like that. So it was like, yo, Andy, that's my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know him, but people that knew him and went to church with him and they were like, "Yo, Andy got signed to Reach," and then they just took off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that was what was his name before?
Who? Andy?
Yeah.
He had another name?
Yeah, it was something light, Sea Light.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, his name was Sea Light. I remember he dropped the mixtape. Yeah, see?
You like
Chad Costa, look.
Was that the Sinners Whack joint?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he was, and then before you knew it, he was singing, I could play the background, you know what I mean? And now he in the forefront.
Yeah. Yo, sad Humble Beast ain't a label. Oh, Humble Beast. Yeah. See, that's where the time where I wasn't involved. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when like Lecrae was starting to pop off, and then New York City was like all the guys that the vets were like, they either became pastors, you know what I'm saying? They stopped rapping and stuff like
got
that.
jobs. You know,
who's got jobs,
like kids, like you know. Yeah, I don't know anybody from Humble Beast that I really listen to.
Oh, but their albums are amazing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't think I heard any album, to be honest with you, from Humble Beast.
Because they brought a different sound. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was doing what they was doing.
Yeah, I know. Prop was on there. I know Jackie Hill was on there too. Yeah, but I didn't hear none of the albums.
Yeah.
Oh, Beautiful Eulogy had some joints. They had some joints.
Yep. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
That was fire. But anyway, man.
Yo, that's the bar, bro. Forget the topics. That was it. We was going down memory lane, CHH. We not a CHH podcast, but we just spent a whole hour talking about CHH.
Well, we got about 15 more minutes, so I guess we talk on some other topic. Unless you got more questions.
Yo, let's open it up to the audience. Yo, y'all got any questions? Yeah, Eshon Burgundy was hitting hard at that time.
Eshon,
I think it was
still nice though.
Bloodbot. What's a Bloodbot? Yeah, he's still nice. Yo, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Make sure you hit the thumbs up.
T-Bone.
I didn't listen to T-Bone.
BBJ.
Yo, I went to a concert thinking BBJ is gonna show up, and dude never showed up. You know who performed?
Who?
Tone. I got duped, man. I got duped. I thought I was gonna see BBJ, the Holy Hustler, right? That was his name, the Holy Hustler. And then Tone, bro. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, whose man's is this, bro?
You remember Pigeon John?
I remember Pigeon John, yeah.
That dude was very silly, bro.
Yeah, I remember Pigeon John. And then there was another dude, John Rubin, no?
John Rubin.
Wasn't it? I'm bugging.
You sound familiar, but isn't that a gospel singer?
I'm tripping then?
Maybe.
Let me see. Googling that joint right now. Nah, that's him, John Rubin. He's a white dude. So the joint that I saw, he was like in a ice cream truck.
Oh yeah, he was another like Pigeon John type dude, right?
Yeah, he was a funny dude. Yeah.
KJ52 was rocking a lot.
KJ52, yep. I had his albums. I was listening to Urban D.
Urban D.
Who else did I have? Can't really remember.
No, you had it.
Grits. Grits. I was banging Grits.
Gospel Gangsters.
I really wasn't into that.
I never was into them too, but they were popular. Like in the West Coast, they had.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was popular for sure. For sure, that was popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
what else we got? Oh, we got this Buffalo shooting.
Wait, hold up. Switch dance. You used to pop lock, bro. You used to b-boy.
No.
What was he doing? You was crumping.
Dance, bro. Come on, bro. This guy's lying, bro. Why's this guy lying on the pod, bro? Lester talking about I'm dancing.
So my bad. So you were saying you were talking about Buffalo?
Yeah. So did you hear about the mass shooting that happened in Buffalo?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I haven't really like looked too much into it, but it's just crazy to see. Like you saw that one guy talking about that he talked to the dude the day before.
Yes. And Josh had mentioned that he
goes to Bible studies, right? Or he's
yeah,
been
he
to a
goes,
couple
he
Bible
attends
studies.
his church.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that dude said he had a whole conversation with the shooter.
That's what he said, but I want to see some camera footage, bro. Because how is that dude drove like 4 hours to go there just to come back the next day? Like I don't know. I don't know.
No, I thought it was the same day.
No, it was the day before. He said he talked to him.
Oh, I thought it was the same day.
Yeah, he said he talked to him the same day.
So anyway, so all right, I seen the footage. You know what I'm saying?
I saw the footage. That was crazy, man. It didn't
That
look
was
real. It didn't look real.
That was like Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? It was just like,
It
bro,
didn't look real at all.
like I was mad. I was infuriated. Like watching that. Like when you hear about it, you're infuriated, right? But when you see it, you're like, yo, I cannot believe. You know, it was cringe, bro. It was just like this dude really did this, man. And like these are little old ladies, bro. These aren't like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, anyone who would have did that, it would have been wrong regardless. But
right, young or
just
old.
seeing it and just seeing it as
It
old
just hurts
ladies.
because you think of your grandma, you think of your mom, like you know what I'm saying. You think of your auntie, like it's just horrible. They're defenseless, you know. It wasn't like he even warned anybody that he was about to engage in a firefight. You know, it was just like he just hopped out the whip, do 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 do,
Started blasting everybody, bro.
yeah, and nobody knew. Like nobody knew, bro. Like what? You're blasting? Like it didn't even look real. And a lot of the people who he shot didn't even have an opportunity to run because they weren't able to run because they're elderly. Like, the whole situation was horrible, man.
Disgusting. Like,
yeah,
terrible, bro. And so this is racially motivated from what is being said.
According to the internet, yeah, it's racially motivated. And I think because they found a manifesto.
Yeah.
Allegedly, it's his manifesto.
And then there was a gun, right? That said something like
the gun, the right,
here's your reparations.
There's pictures of the rifle. I don't know if they're real or not. But it does have some racist stuff on there too. It had like on the optics, it had like it had the N-word on it. And then they also say that it's racist because there was one white guy who was on the floor who he shot at, and then he said, "I'm sorry." And then he kept moving, looking for other people to kill. So yeah, he was arrested. Shout out to the Creative Network. Shout out to Mason.
Yeah,
he surrendered. He surrendered when a cop showed up.
So he was live streaming on Twitch.
He was live streaming on Twitch. Yeah,
that bugged me out too. Like, this is what you're doing it for like.
I don't think
not why you're doing it, but you really this is the era we're in. Like, I'm gonna kill people and I'm gonna record it and let everybody see it. Like, sick, bro. Sick, wicked, straight wicked, bro.
It is.
You know, and then so the guard, you know, it's another thing is we talk about amendment rights and all this stuff. The guard, the retired cop, bust back.
He did,
but the dude had tactical gear.
He had a vest, and I guess he shot him. According to what the report says, that he shot him, but it didn't affect him because he had a vest. And you know, they're calling the cop a hero because he ran towards the fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't cower.
Well, yeah, a few people were able to escape because of that, right?
Yeah. You know, I think it's dope. I think it's dope that the retired cop did that. I wish more people were armed, you know, to be honest with you, because I think it would have gone down differently, even though he had armor, because you see how he surrendered to the cops. He didn't. Yeah. I don't think he had enough ammo like to go to war with the cops, or even if, like, let's say 5 people in that supermarket were strapped.
Yeah,
you know, just common citizens. I don't think
a
he would
lot
have
of
been.
those were like old ladies, man.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
You know, some of them were like church. One was that had like a soup kitchen. You know
Oh,
what I'm
really?
saying?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Like, yo, it was just man,
It's horrible, man. It's horrible.
you know.
And then there was another shooting in Texas, I think, and in California this
Yeah.
weekend. That's crazy to me. The timing of all that, you know what I mean? Like, that's just
You
crazy.
sus. You sus about it.
Listen, it's horrible. I'm not saying it didn't happen. You know what I mean? It's just the timing is kind of, it's suspect.
Yeah. I mean, those ain't no crisis actors.
No, I'm not saying that
Like
at all.
those.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
No,
You
but
know, the thing is, like, I hear people I've seen some things of people saying, like, when is this gonna stop? And when is like, listen, this is happening under the Biden administration, right? It's happening under the Trump administration.
yeah,
It's gonna continue happening,
right.
and
Because the world
that's
is
why we
evil.
have this gospel, right?
Mhm.
That's the whole point
Come
of
on,
this
preach.
gospel
Preach.
that people, you know, and it is unfortunate, right? Because you're targeting a color of individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's hatred and it's motivated by hate, but it ain't gonna stop. So if y'all expect it to stop, it's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? They can implement as much as they can, but crazy
Like, what are they
people
gonna do?
and wicked people are gonna
They gonna
continue
make
to do.
racism illegal. They gonna make murder illegal. Like, all that stuff's already illegal. Like, what are you gonna do to stop it?
Yeah,
You can't do nothing. Like, it's evil. You can't legislate evil.
right.
And it's gonna get worse. Before Jesus comes back.
Yeah. So, we just gotta suffer and bear with those things and know that, this is what this is what comes with this world we in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is what the wickedness of man has just been rampant, and it's been rampant since the Bible times before us, and it will continue to be. You know what I'm saying? What made Cain kill Abel? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
Cain ain't do nothing. I mean, Abel ain't do nothing to him. It's just
Right.
jealousy. It's hatred. It's
And Cain didn't have a Glock. He didn't have
yeah,
an AR-15.
yeah,
But he's just evil, man.
just evil, man.
Yo,
Wicked.
Mason, I don't know about open carry, man. I feel like that makes you a target, and it definitely scares people when they see you got the people who ain't even like trying to do no evil. They just trying to go grocery shopping with their kids. Some people don't like seeing your weapons. I think that concealed carry is much better, in my opinion.
Concealed?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, man, that's what happened. AI is from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Josh, Zadok,
Mm-hmm.
Meech, they all from Buffalo, so they really felt that.
I think Zadok talked about it too. I think he went live yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah,
he talked about it. So if you want to hear a perspective of someone who's boots on the ground in Buffalo, definitely check out his stream.
I think AI had joined the live or something.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if he still has it. If it's still up.
Yeah. So our condolences to everybody in Buffalo, New York, man. I thought about it. Like, I'm far from Buffalo, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Tops up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done Instacart. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah. So speak about that, man. Like.
Yeah, like,
how'd that
you
make
go
you
to the grocery store. I mean, the supermarket. You don't expect.
You're getting my kale and my quinoa. You're
That's
not thinking you're gonna get clapped, right?
The only thing you're concerned about is when you backing up out the drive, the parking spot. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're alert. Like, oh, I don't want to hit nobody or hit another car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not thinking about a shootout. You're not thinking about defending yourself or running or taking cover. Like, and in that split second, it's just like, bang. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's a different scenario because if you don't train for something like that, like you think you know what you're gonna do, but you don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, that is no escaping. That's just like, dude is letting off, and you just gonna
Right.
And then he hit that lady on the ground. Like, he hit her and then hit her again. Like, I was just like,
he double tapped a couple people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So what about this mental illness? People calling it mental illness or whatever it is.
Dude's crazy. Like, what you mean? He killed all kinds of people. Anybody who kills even the dudes in our hoods who kill, you know what I'm saying? Who do drive-bys, they mentally ill.
Yeah.
Like, all them people.
But I just don't get why people feel like because someone's mentally ill, they shouldn't be accountable for what they did.
You need to be accountable.
Like,
you
dude,
crazy, you need to be locked up.
Like, dude, like
all
if you do something like that,
black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, like you need to get locked up. Like, I don't care.
Man, that's true, Mason. Like the families that got the call, my G, that their family was gone. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine somebody just calling you like, "Hey, your loved one got killed in the supermarket."
Mommy just went to the market to get some plátano. She was coming right back. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of situation. Like, you know, people were doing the grocery shopping. Like, how many times we just gone to the grocery not thinking like something like that was gonna happen, man?
Man, Lord protect us, man.
Facts, man. Facts.
Yep. So that's that. What else we got, man?
You got a word?
Oh, you want the word of the day? We trying to clock out now?
We trying to clock out, man. That's it. It's heartbreaking, man. How you gonna talk about anything else after you talk about that?
I hear you.
Yes.
I thought we was gonna talk about Charlo. We should have.
We're gonna start talking about beating people up for fun. Like, come on. We're just talking about Young Thug. He get hit with Rico after all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So we got the scripture today. Let's add this. We got 1 Peter 4:12.
1 Peter 4:12.
It says, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you." That is the scripture of the day.
Oh,
we got that.
You didn't even give me a chance. Like, you're over here. There you go.
Yeah, man. You know, that's a good scripture, right? Because a lot of times we think like, yo, why am I going through this, or why is this happening, or you know, Lord, I've been faithful to you, and you know, don't think of it as strange. Like, you know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens in the world too. The only thing is we have that peace and we have that
promise.
We have that promise, knowing that, you know, everything that we're doing is for the glory of God. And so, you know, whenever y'all going through y'all things out there, right? And I'm not talking about your sin that you self-inflict on yourself. You know what I'm saying? We talking about like trials, like things that are out of your hands and things that you're like, yo, I don't know why this is happening. Like, Lord.
Right. You've been trusting the Lord and then something happened. Right.
Don't find it strange. You know what I'm saying? When people persecute you or they curse you out, or, you know, people don't want to be your friends no more, or they, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Don't find it strange, because you're suffering like your king did, right? Or your Lord and Savior did. Like, he suffered, so we must suffer as well. You know what I'm saying? And we know that happens to all of us, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. And sometimes we don't experience it as much, right? Because we have so much entertainment, and sometimes there's a lack of how we represent Christ, right?
Right.
But yeah, man, you know, when we go through things, or we are dealing with things emotionally, spiritually, just don't find it weird, man. Like, it's just part of this walk, you know?
Amen.
Amen. So with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit that join button. Now available on mobile, as per Jay Acosta, who was here the whole show.
He was here the whole show. He said more in the comments than he's ever said like live on the podcast. Kyle called him out on that. He's like, bro, you doing more talking in the comments. He said, I ain't never heard you say so much. He said more in the comments today than he said in the last 2 seasons, bro.
Yo, for real, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Everybody on audio, tap in, man. Come check us out live on Mondays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We tend to have more listeners on our our audio than on our videos. And it's starting to translate, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, just let us know that
the audience is crazy.
Just let us know that you're tapped in and you're listening. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on social media.
That's Not Christian on Instagram, Facebook.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Facts, though.
With that being said, we love y'all and we see y'all next Monday.
Peace.